Can you tell those kids to be quiet?
I'll close the door.
Okay.
Hey, nice to your sister. Hey, be nice to her.
Where's
That's not your job.
You're the godfather, not the father.
No, the kids are all there. Lexington's perfect. She gets picked on too much by her big brother.
Oh, all right.
That's
Well,
that's how they
is
learn.
that your job as godfather to rein that in?
She's my she's my favorite.
Ooh, you got a favorite? You said that out loud?
Yeah.
I hope the kids don't hear that.
The boys
know.
Dave with the suit, ice in his veins. Josh cracking jokes, never mundane. Omar wild card, twisting your brain. Together they roll, FTS the name. Life's petty props, kick to the curb. Dave got the logic, never disturbed. Josh with the punchline, sharp like a verb. Omar the eccentric, slick like an herb. Friends talking shop, never gonna stop. Solving life's troubles while they spit and they bop. FTS crew, climbing to the top. Three homies chilling, yeah, they making the crop. Dave sees the ship.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the FTS podcast, Friends Talking Shop, Thanksgiving edition.
Very
We're
special
heading
one.
into the holiday, which we're looking forward to. And
That's
the wrong bird.
That's not a turkey.
Gobble gobble is the correct pronunciation. And it's episode 80. We're now officially of an age where I would be very depressed. You know, I hope I get there, but once I do, it's like life is over.
We're octogenarians.
Arguably that is the age of the women I should be dating. But
Yeah, that would be age appropriate for you. Would be 80. That's right.
Would be good for you. Anyway, we're ready to kick this off. It'll be maybe a little bit shorter episode, which everyone's breathing a sigh of relief because we're doing a tight show today.
We got dinners to cook.
We got things to do. That's right. Lots of things to celebrate. We're thankful for lots. But let's first kick things off. I'm Dave. If I didn't introduce myself, that's who I am, and I'm joined as usual by Josh. Josh, how you doing?
I am doing well. So football, we're right in the depth of it, right? And all three of our teams look playoff bound.
Looking strong. Yep.
Right? So I'm watching.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm watching football. And here's one thing I noticed that I wonder if you guys noticed. But they were doing a review before the Bears game, the 1:00 game. And they were talking about how they've had just bad luck. And one of the games they reviewed was when they lost on a last-second Hail Mary against the Commanders, right? And Jaden Daniels.
The Redskins, but yeah.
The Redskins for those back in the day. But what I noticed was, and this is a pet peeve, and I haven't really, when I heard them talk about it, I really started to think about it, and we got to stop doing this. So what happens is they won on a Hail Mary. For those of you who don't know what a Hail Mary is, it's just a close your eyes, throw it to the end zone, bomb, usually at least 40 yards, more like 50 and 60.
What's the origins of Hail Mary? Do we know what it is?
It's biblical.
I think it's Catholic.
Yeah. It's when Notre Dame first played the Palestinians.
That was funny, Josh.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's actually not funny. It's the true story. It's an unknown football game that a lot of people don't hear about. It's in Leviticus. Yeah. It's in Leviticus.
Is that when Jesus scored 6 touchdowns?
That was Al Bundy when he scored it for Polk High. Jesus was there though. But anyway, so the Hail Mary, but they gush over the quarterback for the Hail Mary. And Dave, this might hit a sore spot for you because Aaron Rodgers is known for the Hail Mary.
He was great.
And the winning vis-a-vis Hail Mary. And I think he might have more than almost anyone in the NFL history. I don't know what the stat is, but they gush over the quarterback. Remember Doug Flutie in Boston College, and they gushed over that. The Hail Mary, there's nothing to gush over. This is not a skill from the quarterback.
Oh, that's interesting. Gush word.
Don't you think so? It should be the receiver.
How many get gushes and yet are not gush worthy in general? That's an interesting question.
Right? And shouldn't it be the receiver who went up and caught the ball in the middle of all and they get praise too?
Aren't certain quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers come to mind, known for throwing particularly good types of balls for
Okay, listen.
Hail Marys?
That's garbage. It's garbage.
Is it, David? David would know.
I have a thought.
Okay, please. Let me hear your thought on this.
Rodgers, you have to have strong arms. A lot of them.
Yes, got to have a strong arm.
He had particularly parabolic throw that would come sort of straight down, that it wasn't sort of, I think if you can get that angle of the ball to come where it is, and the receiver can peek catch it, I think rather than just chucking it and having sort of more flatter ball. I mean, I remember Rodgers throwing one to the back of the end zone, and it was like they all bunched up, and Randall Cobb was sitting like on the back.
Yes, I remember that.
And he just he crowded it because the thing came straight down. It just he was very good.
It's kind of like living in like Kiev.
Right. That's a horrible analogy. It's horrible. But okay.
That's a Hail Mary.
Other than that, though, he's not throwing it to anybody, right?
No, that's right.
He's not throwing it to anybody. It's really up for grabs, and he just happens to throw a better up for grabs ball. But that doesn't make, again, a quarterback who can throw it 50 yards is going to be able to throw a Hail Mary, every one of them. And whether or not it's caught is really out of their hands.
Well, I would say, are Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilsons, is there a number of successful Hail Marys statistically significantly different than the probability of everybody else?
Yeah, if it is, it can't be.
Numbers don't.
It's got to be only how many could one quarterback?
David would know this, and that's what Rasheed Wallace says: "Ball don't lie."
Yeah. You got to be able. How many times have you seen a quarterback, either can't escape pressure and can't throw it 60 yards?
Well, that's true too, but
right?
that's not his. That's not his fault. That's the line. Yeah. There's only usually a 3-man rush, and every quarterback should be able to chuck it up 50 yards. That's all I'm saying. Every quarterback should be able to do that. That's all.
Yeah, there's a randomness to it that. No one should be praised. It's more luck.
Thank you.
I don't understand why they don't practice. You get some guy who's 6'5", and what he does, he's trying to catch it. You tell him to get up there and touch it and like push it, tip it like a volleyball over to, have some guy standing over to the far left.
So
where the scrum is.
You can't purposely tip a ball forward. You could tip a ball backward.
Tip it backward. Yes. But I think that could be.
That'd be difficult.
That could be because just like in a rebound in basketball, you might not be able to get the rebound, but you can tap it to somebody else.
True.
So why isn't that part of the Hail Mary?
Okay, it could be, but all I'm saying is let's not go gaga over the quarterback who threw it.
All right,
that's all I'm saying, right?
It's
not like a half-court shot.
I ChatGPT if there's a Hail Mary quarterback. It's Aaron Rodgers, Roger Staubach, Doug Flutie, Matthew Stafford, Kyle Murray.
Right,
Eli
but those
Manning,
are people who have completed one.
Yeah.
I
think if you've done more than 5,
and knack for delivering. Yeah.
If you have 5 or more in your career, I think there may be something to a skill. But I get to your point. There's a randomness to it that I think is fair.
Yeah, it's more luck and randomness. Anyway,
all right, I'll agree with that. Yeah, I'll let that stand.
Okay.
And also joining me is Omar from Locations Unknown. I guess we know where you are. How you doing, Omar?
I am about to have an ego. I feel like this brand that we've been building, it's about to go to my head. So it's nice to be right before that moment happens.
Are you're not talking about FTS. You're talking about your business affairs, right?
Yeah. I interviewed Mike Pompeo. I met Paul Ryan.
Wow.
Now the other flip of the coin, I'm financially broke. So that's a nice balance. I happen to be at my best friend's, palatial, arguably most beautiful house on the island in St. Bart's, home with my 5 god kids, and I'm thinking about just dumping every one of my business ideas, including this silly podcast, and just living with them, becoming their manny. I have room and board covered. So,
yeah, it's nice. It's nice room and nice board.
Yeah, it's really nice everything.
Yeah,
and the meals are free now. I don't have to even feign trying to pay with them out dinner.
So would you be fulfilled? Would you be fulfilled doing that?
I think if I had a side piece, yeah, which honestly is, this is my topic. But I do think that I interviewed Mike Pompeo and I played the scene from Angel Has Fallen, with Gerard Butler. Like White House Down-esque thing.
I don't know that scene.
And tell us what you're talking drone about. Scene where a bunch of drones come down. It was a purely geopolitical conversation I had with him. And a couple of things to note. A lot of people were said that I'm very good at interviewing, which is fascinating because, as you guys know, I don't listen to anybody when they talk.
It's weird. It doesn't come through in the podcast.
That is weird.
Well,
that doesn't.
But number 2, I didn't really enjoy it because I'm very nervous. And I interviewed him also at the George Bush Library in front of like 900 people. And somebody posted on their Twitter a picture of me interviewing Mike Pompeo that said, my nomination for future crypto czar. This guy's clearly dressed for the job. And I was wearing something very similar to this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat.
Hey, what was Paul Ryan like? I'm a Wisconsin.
He might be coming to Austin, guys.
Really?
Okay.
No joke.
All right.
No joke. He was fantastic. I mean, they're both fantastic. I guess that's why they're politicians. But Mike Pompeo had one particularly really interesting anecdote, which I could share with you guys if you want to hear it. I'm like, have you made any friends who you're still friends with when you were like the Secretary of Defense, whatever else? And he goes, yes. He goes, I have a friend who's at who's in the Japanese Parliament, and one of my other friends is also ex Mossad.
Oh wow!
And he said,
Mossad is Israel's intelligence agency.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He said whenever there's a he's very anti-Iran, and he said whenever there's any kind of a explosion or anything that happens to Iran, we just call each other, and all we do on the phone is laugh, no words, and then we hang up because we know that everyone's listening to our phone call. So, which was kind of
that's an interesting take.
Yeah.
All right. That is fascinating. I guess that's what people in higher seats do for humor.
Yeah. Right. And then I also went, Joshy, a group I met, they want us to have a follow-up event in Dallas. Guess where? In Frisco, Texas. Guess what's in Frisco, Texas, Josh? Dave? Josh cares more about this.
Frisco, Texas?
Uh-huh.
I never even heard of Frisco, Texas.
Well, you're going to be there next year. What is the Dallas Cowboys facilities?
Yeah,
I have noticed.
Yeah.
That's where they practice. That's where we're having our event next year. I got introduced to Dak Prescott. Very quick hello. Yeah, they practice there. Yeah. And they want us to have the event in the Cowboys facilities.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. And I'm going to bring a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to.
There are a lot of cameras, Josh.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. No cameras. Wonderful. I might bring some Eagles paraphernalia just to smatter that around and hide it in certain places they can find years later. That would be wonderful.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's fun.
But yeah, so that was my that's been the last few weeks. And
all right. Dave, how are you? How are you holding up?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying to think. It's hard to follow. Mr. Name Dropper over here. I did. I had an event in New York, and I guess I'll throw out one name. I met Larry Fink for the first time.
Oh, there you go. You want to tell everyone who Larry Fink is?
He's the head of BlackRock. It's probably not important. I don't want to talk about work, but I thought that was pretty cool. And I think since I saw you spent time in New York, I still feel to myself. I went on this trip to New York by myself, and I got home. I realized I left my house, went to New York, met people, did stuff, came home, and made it. I thought.
Like a big boy.
I'm still amazed that I'm able to do all that.
Like a big boy. You did it. Like a big
boy, yeah. I feel so. So I was quite proud of myself. Usually,
that's weird, Dave. You do that all the time. That's stuff you do all the time.
It's still incredible to me that there's a part of me that thinks, Wisconsin kid.
When you were a kid, though, didn't you look at like your parents and be like, "Wow, they just know how to do everything." Like when you went on vacation, you just tagged along and just did whatever they said to get you from your home to some awesome vacation spot that you had no clue how far away it was from your home, but you just knew that your parents were able to get you there and set everything up. And it was just, you were like, wow, that's amazing. They can do that. And now you're doing it.
I know. I think it's because I always see myself as not,
capable?
Always adult or another version of what that looks like is I was watching one of the Packers talk and Xavier McKinney. Like he's a very mature, and I see him and he's talking. I'm like, man, he's a wise guy, and really
a wise guy or a wise guy.
Not a wise guy, a very wise individual.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, and in my mind, he's older than I am. And then someone said, well, he's still 25 years old. And I thought, 25.
Yeah.
But doesn't professional athletes feel like they're just always older than you? Especially
all the time. Right? I had a conversation with my buddies when you get jerseys because you get jerseys of the teams that you love. And one of my friends, it was hilarious. He said, look, because people were saying, oh, I'll get this jersey. And he said, look, I'm not going to get a jersey of anyone younger than me. It's weird. It's weird for a grown man to get a jersey of a 20-year-old boy.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And when he put it like that, I was like, oh boy, you know what? That ruined jerseys for me.
Unless it's your son or someone that you know really well.
Sure. Yeah.
Of course. But
like I know Dak Prescott.
Yes, right. Like you and Dak are good buddies. No one wants that jersey, so you'll have no problem getting that one.
No, that's true.
But yeah. So since then, I really only get like players that I grew up with that basically retired now.
Yeah,
that's how I do it. Yeah, because that would kind of put like this seed in my head. Like that's weird. I'm going to wear the shirt of a teenage boy. No,
does it matter if you've met? Like, say you've gone to a fan event and you met the player, like just like Omar. That doesn't. You think that still is weird? You're representing.
You got to know them.
How about if you've like gotten high with them?
Yeah, I think that's fair. You can wear their jersey then.
So I could do like Joaquin. I could do Joaquin Noah.
You got high with Joaquin
back to
Noah.
That story.
Yeah. All right. Yes, you can wear Joaquin Noah. Yes, go ahead.
Every year, your Joaquin Noah story comes up. I feel like
is that right?
I feel like this.
It's crowbarred in one way or the other.
So often.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's kick off the podcast.
Yes.
Remember, we want to keep it tight. So as we do this podcast, what we are trying to do is we each come together from wherever we are over online. Not in person. And we each have a topic that we've thought about, but we haven't talked about with each other. We just surprise each other with it. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it relatively quickly. And but before we get started, I wanted to let you know of ways of contacting us. We have an email address, friends@fts.media. We still encourage you to try and email us. It works. Just trust me. Website is friendstalkingshop.weebly.com. And then we're on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Friends Talking Shop, or search Friends Talking Shop on YouTube.
Yep.
And you'll find us, in particular, TikTok and Instagram, I'm sure is continuing to blow up until TikTok gets taken away.
That's right. Until it's gone. Yeah.
Until it's gone. So check us out there. That's I know some people that consume us in those more bite-size
and that's
sizes. And
that's fair.
Whatever works for you. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's kick off. Have I missed anything?
I don't think you have.
We're good.
I think we're in good shape.
Moving right along. I'm going to go first this week because I need your guys' advice. My wife and I are watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Have you never seen it before?
I have not watched it past. I've seen the first season maybe a couple times, and I would stop and I'd restart.
Oh, wow.
So we are going to plow our way through. I was like, how many seasons are there?
A lot.
12.
Yeah,
12
there's
seasons.
a lot. But you'll wish there were 24.
Yeah, I mean, I'm smiling as soon as it starts. It just because
it
reminds me of you guys, right?
Yes, it's very much
inspires me to like think of topics.
Hilarious.
It's just it's our spirit animal, that show. But there's an episode in season 3 where they meet a couple and they're really cold to them, and they are like, "What was that about? Why are they so cold to us?" They go, "Oh wait, we forgot to get them a wedding gift."
Yeah,
which prompted me to remember that I forgot to get a wedding gift for somebody in real life. So let me explain the situation. It's someone we work with, Josh.
Okay.
They were getting married.
Yep.
And I was about to go to the wedding. It was like, on a Saturday, but then Thursday.
So you were invited. I
was invited.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't crash.
Yeah, right.
I didn't make them invite me. I think they invited me under their own free will. But the day or two before, I basically came down with COVID, or I had all the symptoms of COVID.
Oh,
and this was not early COVID. It's, like maybe a year-ish ago. And I was like, oh no, what do I do? Like, I know people around me has had it. I've been exposed. I feel sick. I don't want to go to the wedding, right?
No. You can't go with COVID anyway, even in today's day. You really should.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I was made a little feel guilty from other people about it, but let's just say that I thought I did the right thing because I thought I was sick. So I ended up not going. Which was, I felt bad. I emailed and said, hey, I'm feeling this way. I don't want to get anyone sick. I really hate to do this to you. And they're like, no problem, whatever.
Yeah.
And so
it's out of your control. It's not, you didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah. So then, but someone's like, you still have to get a gift because they paid for your dinner or what have you.
Even if you were invited and didn't go, you still have to get a gift.
Yeah, that's probably right. So, but I didn't go, so I forgot that happened. So I thought, well, I'll wait till I get better, and then 1 month passed, and I have a card here that we bought that we didn't send, and like that was my reminder, and then it got buried. Yeah, and so I just forgot. So I here I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm and watch how they got shut out. And then the episode goes on where they get a wedding gift later.
Yeah.
And they said, we're not accepting it because it's a year past the wedding. Do you remember this episode?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
this is happening to me.
Did it happen at the front door of their house?
Yeah, I didn't do
that's what happened.
That's right. So now I'm like, oh, no, I don't know what to do. I feel like, Christmas is close. I thought, why don't I do it as a Christmas gift? Like it's a late wedding gift, but it's like a Christmas gift. And
how long ago was the wedding? Is it more than a year?
Over a year, probably.
Over a year. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Maybe close. I think it is.
Okay.
So I'm thinking what do you think I should do? That's my question to you guys. Is it the whole thing, right? It's over a year. Let's assume it's over a year.
Here's what I think you do. I think you get them a extraordinary Christmas gift.
Like how much?
Whatever you were planning to spend for the wedding.
$25.
Okay, then at least 27. No. You need to go above and beyond on a Christmas gift. Because the deal is, this is how I see it. When you go longer than a year without giving the gift, it's over, right? The statute of limitations have hit. It's gone. You give a wedding gift now, it looks really weird. And they're going to remember that, by the way, because even my wife remembers. In our wedding, there were 2 people who did not give us a gift at our wedding.
But they went.
They went.
But I didn't go. Like, do I get a little bit?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, you didn't go, but you said you were going to go. So in other words, once you say you're going to go and it's the day before, it's as if you went. They have to pay for your meal because they paid for that many heads. Yeah. They didn't catch a break because you came down with COVID. Right? So it's as if you went. So you need to go, but I would double up on the amount you were going to spend on the wedding. I'd almost double it for a Christmas gift and go above and beyond. But call it a Christmas gift and let them be very happy and like overjoyed that you gave them something so awesome for Christmas. And then the wedding is done.
That was funny. My wife said,
"See what I'm saying?"
Do it that way, it's not like we're getting a Christmas gift every year. I was like, no, I'm not like establishing.
No, you're not setting a precedent here.
Right.
No,
it's a one-time thing.
Correct.
I think that's right. And now I got to think of what do you get. Now in the show they got a bottle of wine. It was like a $300 bottle of wine, which ended up drinking.
You have to embrace the creativity here.
Yes,
that's hard.
And it's got to be for both of them. Don't get something that's only for one of them. That's how you're going to get by this.
Well, what would you do? Do you have any ideas?
Well, thankfully for me, I never forget to give gifts, and I always go when I say I'm going to go. So I don't really have to think about this predicament whatsoever.
I was sick. I may have killed Grandma.
But you had 12 months to get them a wedding gift, and you dropped the ball. How does your wife drop the ball on that too? I usually depend on my wife for that type of stuff.
I know it's my work, and I think she felt that was probably my deal. And
all right, okay, all right.
So
listen, I don't have an idea, but I just know it has to be for both of them. I know it has to be special, and I think Omar's right. It can't be ordinary. It cannot be an ordinary thing. So I would
Omar, do you have any ideas of a good gift?
What's a good thing that's like kind of embraces the fact that you're self-centered and or forgetful?
A picture,
planner?
A picture of yourself. It's a painting of yourself.
I could give him a really nice calendar.
Yeah, that's right. You know what you could do? I got a great idea.
Maybe you get someone like gift card that resets every year on their anniversary because it releases.
No, that's going to cost them in perpetuity. Are you nuts?
No, but it's a modest number. It's like $25 a year.
No, that looks like shit. Okay, here's what you do. Do you still have the wedding invitation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I have the wedding card that we had.
What's the wedding card?
Invitation.
You don't have the
card
invitation
that we bought that we did, and we're going to bring with us.
No, never mind.
Okay.
If you had the invitation, you could frame that up real nicely or do something like that.
I like that.
You know what I mean? And it would be like commemorating the wedding, and that would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That would actually be the ultimate gift right there. You frame
their wedding invitation to me.
Yeah, it's not the envelope, not dear Dave, but the invitation itself. You know, like the card stock, the real nice invitation.
I don't like that idea at all. No, who would want that?
All right. What do you mean who would want that? They put it on their wall. It's their invitation. I think any couple would want that.
Maybe send them a screenshot of that scene from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's not a bad idea.
How about the season 3 on DVD of Curb Your Enthusiasm?
And in particular, please note this
and just,
one episode.
Just tell them to watch that one episode.
Thank you for being more patient than the Staffords, whatever their name is.
Right. I think we're onto something here. I like that idea.
It's a horrible idea.
Oh, Josh always hates my ideas. Josh,
it's
you're
a bad
worst.
idea. You know what you
I don't want to get him a bowl or, like.
Oh, I got it. You ever see the Tavola?
What's that?
No.
That pizza?
Okay. Jewish thing?
No, not a Jewish thing. It looks like a giant microwave, right? That's kind of what it looks like. Okay. And what's amazing about it is you buy Tavola ready meals, and the meals, you just scan the barcode on the Tavola and it cooks it perfectly.
What are you talking about? What is this, George
Look
Jetson?
it up. It looks so cool. It's like a Jetsons type thing, and it's expensive. It's not cheap. Or you get them like a big, like cappuccino, frappuccino, coffee, blah 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 unit. You know those real expensive ones.
Yeah. We just bought one for someone else's wedding. Just that very thing.
That's what you should get.
How does Josh know this product?
I told you. Did you look it up? It's pretty cool.
It's not expensive. It says it's free.
It's not free.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's not free. It's not free.
It's a subscription model.
Yeah, it is a subscription model. That's right. The meals are a subscription model, but not.
Oh, this is the fast model.
A what?
Fast, not SaaS. Software as a subscription service.
Yes, fast. Okay.
It's food added. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Listen, we're not in that mode right now. We're in the podcast mode. But that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
So you think some kitchen thing?
I think so. Yeah, if you got them like a high tech coffee station, oh my God, they would love it.
No, if you're Tavola, you're locking them into a payment plan. They don't want to be on that.
Yeah, that's true. But that's not your problem. And the Tavola machine itself is so damn expensive.
Actually, you want to know what? I like that. It's a little passive aggressive. I like that. It's like getting me. It's like me getting my godkids like drums.
Omar, you should own a Tavola, by the way.
I should own a Tavola.
You should. It's perfect for guys like you.
I may not. Well, when we get to my topic, we'll see. Okay. We can decide after that what you guys think.
Well, why don't we go there now, Omar? What's your topic this week?
So it's a theme topic around bringing something back again.
Okay.
Right? Bringing something that, like, the first one is at our event that we had in Dallas. I was moderating, and one of the managers was saying how hard it is to be a traditional private credit manager that has any exposure to a certain asset class. Again, a bunch of nonsense.
Is this work related?
He said
you're going to lose people
it's
here.
Really, really hard. And I go on the microphone. That's what she said.
Oh, very
good.
No,
you didn't say that.
I did.
Did it get laughs?
I will say. I said that's what she said, but it was clear.
Yeah,
you purposely stopped it, but the whole audience understood.
Yes, of course.
There was, for the most part, a huge amount of laughter in the audience. People really loved it.
Were people falling off their seats?
People were laughing out loud.
Yeah, okay. So then it worked. It worked.
And I think we should bring that back again.
It never went away. I got news for you. It never went away.
Is that right?
Yeah,
with me
it
too,
never went
maybe?
away. I've heard people say that. Now, not as much in today's time and day, but definitely people do say that.
Gone away. Did Me Too take it away? I guess I missed that.
My niece still says it. My wife's niece still says it. She says it all the time.
Her jib in an age appropriate way, of course.
Of course.
So the other thing, which is when we did the updates on our so-called lives earlier, guys.
So-called.
I think we're going to be going through a paradigm shift.
Okay, what is that?
There's a 30 to 50% chance that I will be leaving Puerto Rico in the next few months.
Why? Where are you going?
Well, that's the topic. And
I thought the topic was bringing back a phrase.
No, this is bringing out. It was a theme about bringing me back. The second thing was bringing me back to goddamn civilization.
Okay, so Puerto Rico not cut it for you.
Well, it's been 6 years. It's been effective for me to I love the island, love the people, but I want to come back to, so the options are Dallas, New York, or Miami.
Oh, wow. But you lived in Miami and New York.
Well, different series as follows. A lot's happened in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Miami I'd be living with my best friends who I'm with right now. They have a palatial home in Del Rey. I would live with them.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I would get my own like pee to tear in Miami.
Oh, so you would actually be living with them?
Yeah, they want me to move in with them. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
Yeah. And then the other option is for me to go to New York and get a loft there.
Get a place, yep.
Soho. But a lot of my friends don't really live there anymore. It's as you know, when you get older, you tend to move out with
Yep.
So it's a very different. Oh, it's great for dating. And I'm a New Yorker. I mean, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. And then the other leg is Dallas, which is like we have some friends there, and I love country western music.
Austin, not Dallas. I think
Austin's a little bit too removed and hard to fly out of. I need like international airports.
Dallas is not a great town, man. I don't love Dallas.
But that's where everything's moving to. I actually think you should move to Dallas.
Ugh.
You crash at your friend's place in Miami as often as you can. Why be there full time? You want your own place. You want that option, don't you? And New York, skip it. It's too expensive. It's not. Things are moving to Texas. I think you should do Dallas.
No, I'm for Delray. You want
really?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. It's the weather, right?
No.
It's because you now are used to a certain weather with Puerto Rico. You're now used to a certain weather. So that's the one thing. You're not a winter dude anymore. So Delray is your answer. Plus you get company. You get full-time company, yet.
Yeah.
Who loves me? Who loves me? Yeah.
But that's because he visits. If he's there all the time, it's just like anything. When you become, if you love video games, you work at a video game store, you start to hate it.
Dave.
What?
Do you really think too much of Omar is a problem?
Let's think about that.
Yeah, that's tongue in cheek. Tongue in cheek, obviously.
I think you don't want to waste. I mean, you got a great thing there. They love having you. Go often. I mean, here in Dallas, you get Miami all the time.
If he has his separate quarters, though,
yes, right? I will, and I'll have a place in Miami.
Then he could be as involved or not involved as much as he wants. Or as they want.
It's almost like living close to your parents when you go to college, right? During the week, I'm working. I'm in Miami. I'm on the phone all day and blah, blah, blah. And then on weekends, when I'm, usually lonely and watching, Netflix with a bag of Pringles on my sofa.
Yeah, I hear you.
In my boxers, I study with the kids, hanging out with them.
I think it's the way to go.
I think this is actually right.
And I'll tell you what, and maybe you get a place. You know how you used to do your London month at a time London deal.
Yeah.
Maybe you do that in the summer because Delray in the summer sucks.
Oh,
it's
I love
brutal.
that job. Well, they're running yachts now in summers and the Amalfi Coast. I can stay with them.
Of course, yeah.
It is weird when your best friend is It's really my wife's birthday is today.
His birthday is today. We sent a shout out online to Brett Barish. Happy birthday.
I don't think we should back off this. I don't think we got an answer. We've just arrived at
No, we did get an answer.
Have we ruled out New York, though? Are we all agreeing that probably New York is?
Yeah, we're ruling out New York. Unless he wants to do a month, the summer months in New York or something like that.
Maybe like the month of October, or it's a good month to be in New York. It's a beautiful month to be there, right?
Hey, can the three of us get a place in New York for a month in the summer and hang there for?
And by three of us, Dave, you mean Omar getting the place?
The birthday boy.
Hey, happy birthday! Look at a special appearance by Brett. Happy birthday, Brett.
This is our podcast.
Is it on now?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
I've given Omar so many ideas for you guys. And I guarantee you he's told you about all of them, but given me no credit.
That's
What were your ideas?
What were your ideas?
So many. I had so many bits for him to talk about.
See, here's the deal, Brett. There's two parts to this. First, he's never brought up your name once with regard to any of his ideas.
See?
That's number one.
It's true.
Number two, though, hold on. There's a second part to this. The second part is I don't think you want to be associated with any of the ideas he has brought up on this podcast.
He's had a few pickup lines that haven't been bad. I don't know. That's got to be his.
There are very few topics he's brought to our attention.
Omar? Do you know what I've decided about Omar?
Please,
he needs to move out. No, he's the second responder.
The second responder?
What does that mean?
You're just not a first responder.
He's not a first. You're not a first responder.
Not in the first responder. You're the second or third or fourth. I don't even know who those people are, but you're not the first.
Well, Brett, great. Does Brett have an opinion on where you should move then?
We're on this?
That's my topic.
That was his topic.
Do you know what? Just so we're clear. Oh, I think he should move with us.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. Dave said no, but I said
should,
yes.
I think like any good child who's lost, he should move back home for a little while.
I agree.
I was trying to protect you. Don't you fear of getting sick of having him around too much? That's not a
Come on.
No, I got to give him credit. The kids like him for a little while, and he orders food constantly. So there's always
that's the benefit.
Well,
that's the benefit.
There's some benefits. Yeah. He's just a mess. He is Oscar, and he's a mess.
He needs direction. He needs direction and structure, and that's what you are.
He's just.
Right. I asked.
The only good thing is, I have to be honest. The only good thing is, it's nice having a guy in the house who you know is not masturbating at all.
Oh, jeez.
Like, all right, on that note,
he's not bringing girls back. He's not doing anything bad. There's nothing happening. Oh, he has no stories left. There's no ghost stories. It's terrible.
They're gonna pick
it.
It
is bad.
I had a fun.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
So, maybe you should move in. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. But I think they want you around to be their punching bag, though, Omar. Are you sure you're ready for that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what he wants. This will calm his baby nerves too. You know, he always every once in a while he pops up wanting a baby. So this will put that to rest
true.
too.
That's true.
This kills a lot of birds.
Yeah, I don't know. About
kills a lot of birds.
That might be part of the plan too. Who knows? We'll see what happens next year.
All right. Well,
there's going to be a lot of things changing next year, and I
sounds like it.
It'll be a good. So I think we've decided that it should be Florida.
Well,
okay, done.
It's a big year for you. Your company's taking off. You're moving back to the States.
Something. It's doing something.
I like it.
We'll see where it goes, but but it's kind of crazy because living in Puerto Rico, I'm so used to people not being able to speak English.
Yes.
It sort of takes over your life. So, habla español?
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah. I'd say I'm getting proud of Omar. Would you say? Are you there, Josh?
I've always been proud of Omar. Always. I've been proud of Omar since day one. Number one, he's built something really awesome. And you know what? I'm now proud of you too, Dave. You went to a place, you met people, and then you came back and you told us about it. And I think you should be very proud of that yourself.
We're proud of each other.
Yes,
Look at us.
Yes.
Look at us, big
nice?
boys.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to just for the move this along? We'll go to Josh. You ready for your topic?
Yes, and also very excited, by the way. We got a surprise guest appearance there by none other than Brett Barrett.
Birthday boy.
On his birthday. Very exciting. All right, so here's my topic. So I think I'm watching – you guys made fun of me because I always watch the news, but I am watching the news very different with a different view right now, and it just hit me the other day. There was a story. I don't know if you guys saw this story. Dave, you might have because it took place in your homeland of Wisconsin. But I'm watching the news with my wife, as we always do, and there was a story about a father of 3 in Wisconsin who faked his own death, and then – do you know this story?
Yeah, I just heard it. My wife told me.
Yes. So he faked his own death and then went to Uzbekistan with his mistress.
Right.
All right?
Was his mistress Uzbekistanian?
That part of the story, I don't know. That's a really good question. I think she is. I think she's from Eastern Europe, somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
I think she is. But here's what's crazy in my mentality. So I don't go, oh my God, what a story. The first thing I think about now when I see that story on the news, and I told my wife, I go, I cannot wait for that Netflix documentary.
Yeah. Right.
That is going to be a kick-ass Netflix documentary. And that's how I view the news now. When something is tragic or something crazy like that, I don't think, oh my God, that's crazy. I go, they're going to make a great documentary because I love those Netflix documentaries, and this one's going to be badass.
That is so crazy. I think I said that very thing to my wife as she's explaining it to me. I'm like, well, you don't have to give me all the details. I'll pick it up when it's on Netflix. But
are you serious?
I think I did, which is another sign. Yeah. But what was so crazy, she told me is did you hear the details of what he did?
Yeah, I know the details. I got them. They're unbelievable.
Oh, go ahead. Why don't you go? You want to go through them? It's fascinating.
So he's a 45-year-old guy, married, 3 kids. Right? He goes.
Omar, this is the life that you want, and this guy.
This is unbelievable.
Went through all this to get out of it.
It's really, it's really.
I don't want a wife either. I want 1 kid and 2 nannies.
Okay. All right.
Fair
but in case you ever with a wife and 3 kids, this is the blueprint for how to get out of it. So he goes kayaking in a Green Lake. You know where Green Lake is, Dave?
We go to Green Lake every summer. Yeah.
Okay. He staged.
It's a very deep lake too, so he thought that through.
Okay.
It's like the deepest lake in Wisconsin.
Very smart. See, this guy's not playing. You're not playing around. He did his homework before he did it. He staged the whole thing. He overturns his kayak. He then went out to the middle of the lake with the kayak, overturns it, brought a child-sized inflatable raft. He blows it up while he's in the water, and then takes that to shore, the inflatable raft. Then he had his e-bike waiting there. He takes the e-bike to the bus station, and then
you know how far he went?
Tell me.
I think he went from Green Lake to Madison. I think is which is a all-night e-bike ride. It's not close. It's a long.
Does the battery get you there?
I don't. Well, it must have. He got to Uzbekistan.
He
apparently,
did,
but it's a long because I think he had to get to a bus station.
He went to a bus station.
There's no place like Green Lake that.
In Detroit. I'm sorry. He took the bus station in Detroit. He went from Detroit, took a bus to Canada, and then from Canada he flew to Uzbekistan.
Did he e-bike to Detroit?
Yeah, that's what it says. He rode his e-bike to the bus station in Detroit.
I knew it was long. I thought it was Madison. If it's Detroit, then
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I can't think of how that's possible. I mean,
well, maybe I have that wrong, but that's what I thought because I wrote that down, and it's not exact.
I tell you,
but
you guys are both, knuckleheads. I'm a New York person. Detroit, Wisconsin, Madison, Dearborn, Green Lake. To me, it's all like they're throughout. I have no idea. They're all next to each other.
It's all the Midwest. It's all the Midwest.
Everyone knows it's really hard to get an e-bike from Green Lake to Detroit.
It seems, I don't even know where those places are, but that seems like a very long way. It seems like a very long way. But anyway, and then he filed a few months before that. He brought a life insurance policy for $375,000. Somehow he got that money and put it in a foreign bank.
He bought a life insurance on himself?
Yeah, he bought and I don't know how he got it, but he got the money from the policy, $375,000, and then put it in a foreign bank. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
That's the story.
Who was this woman that got him to do this? She must be pretty extraordinary.
I don't know if she got him to do this or he met her and thought, I really want to spend my life with her. And how am I going to leave my family and do that? And so he thought, I'll stage my own death. And therefore, my family will not think I'm an asshole.
Was the woman aware of this?
Now they are. Yeah. In fact, what's crazy is the family is begging him to come home. Come back to the States and come home for Christmas.
It shows you.
Could you imagine
how women suffer their husbands? I mean, look at you two guys. You guys are products.
What?
Yeah,
your wives.
You're equating this to us, to our life.
I'm just saying the bar the wives have for their husbands. It's precariously low.
It's really astounding to me. I mean, what this guy went through to get away from his family and just be with his mistress. But now it's all blown up. They all know he's alive.
To feign his own death by falling off of a ladder on his backpack.
That was I didn't try to do that. Unfortunately, that happened to me.
I wonder if you ever thought, here's an idea. Why don't I just tell my wife I'm leaving? Like I guess you can't get life insurance money that way.
You can't get the insurance that way.
Yeah, and then you got to pay.
And he's an asshole, and he's leaving 3 kids behind to go to Eastern Europe. I mean, the whole thing is fraught with issues.
How was he discovered?
I don't know how he was discovered, but they now know that he is alive and well and with this woman in Europe, and he has not come back.
Remember, I knew that guy who was the fake Austrian prince. He had
Oh, right, yeah. But that's a whole scam. That's a scam for your whole existence, right? This is a one-time deal. I'm going to get off the proverbial map here. I'm going to change my name, everything else.
It sounds like your whole existence kind of thing too, but yeah, it's a little different. He's not outwardly saying he's a prince.
This is a one-time thing, or I think maybe he'll do it to this woman too once he gets her pregnant.
Some Ukrainian name,
but this is a one-time. Like the scam you're talking about is someone who is doing it to build a lot of money and prestige and notoriety and doing it over and over and over and over. This is a one-time deal. There's a difference between the scams.
Change it to.
Huh?
If I had to change my name, what I would change it to if I went into hiding or something, like Yusuf, maybe. Yusuf. That sounds right for some reason. It came in my head.
Yeah,
you'd have to do something like that to make it stick.
This poor wife, though, she's got to tell her friends, like, look, not only did he want to like leave me and divorce me, but he really put a lot of effort into figuring this out.
It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. But poor it's like. Woman. The other part of this is does anyone ever get away with this? I mean, no one seems to really get away with this, right? Unless people are getting away with it, we don't know the story. So
yeah, that's impossible to answer that question.
I just solved my own thing there. But it seems like this always comes back to bite you in the ass, right? And then you would think, even if you're away, like even if you're in Eastern Europe, you're still you still, unless he gets dramatic plastic surgery, you have to be thinking at any given time, social media would recognize, you're posting stuff. Maybe you're in stuff that you didn't realize is posted. Who knows? But you're going to get found out, or you're going to be looking over your shoulder at least all that time. That can't be comfortable living.
But let me ask you something. When you heard this story, is there a part of you that thought, if I had to fake my own death, how would I do it? And do you think you could be smart enough to like really think it through and like I could get away with it? I'm not saying I want to do it. My wife listens to the podcast. Right. This is not me thinking this through. I haven't thought about it a lot, but just like given some time, like it feels like anyone who fakes their own death, it never works, right?
As far as we know. Yes.
That's right.
Again,
it feels like a movie. Remember this movie Gone Girl?
Yeah, I never saw that.
Didn't work for.
It's a great movie
for her.
Well, there was also the movie Double Jeopardy. Remember that with Ashley Judd, where he faked his own death. That was a great movie. He faked his own death. She got framed for his murder, and then he moved away to New Orleans and assumed a different identity.
Yeah, that's right. And then she wanted to kill him again because she couldn't be charged with the same crime.
She couldn't be charged for double jeopardy. She couldn't be charged for the same crime twice.
I challenge the legality of that. If she actually then kills, I don't know if that's actually true. I
wonder
fell for when I saw it.
I wonder if a legal scholar who watched that movie said, no, that's not right.
But fake your own death, if you do it, through water, I thought Green Lake, if you're going to get away with it, it's a deep lake. Like they said, they dragged the lake.
They looked for him.
Body.
They looked for him for 54 days.
Yeah,
and 54 days, and I think they realized there is no body in here, and that's when they started to poke around. And maybe
let's say you do Lake Michigan, which is
well, that's a bigger
the
lake,
deepest lake in Wisconsin, if you really think of it. They're not dragging through Lake Michigan. Like
I don't think you can. Yeah,
I think he picked the wrong lake. I think is the real story here.
Well, he wanted to be. You have to remember too. Part of his story was he was going kayaking, so he can't say I'm going to go kayaking 200 miles away. It's got to be in a lake that's reasonable to go kayaking.
This is a guy who flew to Uzbekistan. You don't think he could have figured out a reason to be on Lake Michigan? He could.
No. Not by himself. Not by himself. He has to remember. He's got to be by himself. He can't be with people. He has to be by himself kayaking.
I think the flaw is this: he picked the wrong lake. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I think if you pick Lake Michigan, she's going, why did he go to Lake Michigan? That doesn't make any sense.
But you could go hiking, get lost, right? It could go that's another option.
Getting lost
fire.
there is
feels like fire, but they always find
remnants.
Maybe going on like those spaceship things again, lost in space.
That's going to be really hard to pull off. That's going to be hard to pull off. Yeah.
Imagine that. Yeah, planning. You got to raise $100 million to get on.
It's not a bad. It's not. Yeah. And by the way, once you raise the $100 million, you'd be like, well, I don't need to go anywhere. I got $100 million.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Anyway. He really wants to get away from his family. He's willing to spend it.
So now the news for me is all about what's the next documentary to come out. It's going to be very entertaining because this is going to be.
Are you watching one currently?
We did just watch one, but I'm going to save that for another episode because it was one that was phenomenal.
Is it have to do with a murder in Colorado?
It does not have to do with a murder in Colorado.
Okay, because we were watching there's John Benet Ramsey just dropped.
Yes, I saw that. I have not started that.
I just don't understand how you guys watch documentaries. It's just
they're fantastic. Documentaries are wonderful.
And I got sucked in on this one.
You guys can't watch anime. It's like this crazy dichotomy we have.
It's this. Look, this is what documentaries are. They're the silver lining for bad things. Okay, bad things happen, and we don't want bad things to happen. But if they do, there's entertainment value.
Yeah.
So shame on the Menendez brothers. And bravo to the Menendez brothers at the same time.
That's fair.
Right.
Before we sign off here,
yes.
Tell me one thing you're thankful for. Can you give me a thankful? I assume you're thankful for your family and things like that. Is there anything that you're thankful for?
Don't assume.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess after that story, I shouldn't.
Now, I am very thankful for Omar's AV equipment. I think it's been top notch this season, and we have no delays, and everything goes off perfectly.
Omar, you have anything you want to reflect on in your thankfulness?
I was going to say I'm thankful for my hair. I'm having a really good hair day right now. No, I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the fact that for some crazy way, I have a family who actually wants me to move in with them that I'm not related to.
That's very nice.
Crazy.
Yes, it is. How about you, Dave? What are you thankful for?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say my family. I spent time with my grandson yesterday, and I got to tell you, that's just a game changer to have. But I'm thankful for our artificial intelligence. I use that so often. I'm so thankful. It saves me so much time. I think it's going to extend my career 10 years. It's so much I can just get done. The stuff I don't like doing, it just gets done. And
all right.
As a matter of fact, Josh, I think we should actually put the transcript of one of our podcasts into ChatGPT and maybe do a bit with it.
See what it says.
Just
see how it summarizes it. It's not a bad idea.
Some other topics that we could talk about, some other scenarios.
Okay. All right.
Give us.
All right.
The students did that.
Let's do it.
Not a bad idea.
Interesting.
Well, and I'm thankful for you guys.
Yes,
I'm thankful that we have a podcast. I don't know whose idea it was. I think it was mine, but I'm glad that we came up with this idea that we're doing it. 80 episodes.
80 episodes. Can you believe it?
Josh, you said
almost 120,000 downloads.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I don't know if that's divided by 80, but
don't do the math. Don't do the math.
Right. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So anyway, and we're thankful for all of you. You could tell us you're thankful for us by using our email address, which is friends@fts.media. I would love to hear from you. But
Brilliantly done.
This isn't my first rodeo. Again, we have a website, friendstalkingshop.weebly.com, and check us out on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So hopefully we'll be on and get 81 out there soon. Hopefully get back in a good rhythm. Lots of changes coming in 2025 as we hear, but I think we'll keep rolling the podcast. So until that time, thanks everyone. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Smile later.